Okay, Louisiana Beer Reviews presents the Regular Beer Project Special Edition Double Down Pabst Blue Ribbon wins gold at the 2016 Great American Beer Festival. That is the actual title of this video. Louisiana Beer Reviews presents the Regular Beer Project, etc., etc. Okay, so you can see this array of Pabst Blue Ribbon, this Church's spicy chicken, already prayed. Years ago, my daughter was saying, it was just recently. I said, no, it was like in 2003 or something like that. I wrote an email to Pabst, and I was like, I enjoy Pabst beer. And they were like, you do? We want to send you some stuff, and please give these items to your friends. Bumper stickers, like one that says what you haven't. And they gave me 2 bumper stickers, and I gave this some coleslaw. I gave it to the second one to Harry's Bar over there on Magazine Street, New Orleans, because they're kind of like known for selling Pabst Blue Ribbon. And the guy was like, thanks, man, because they do bumper stickers. So then Pabst sent me this cap. I bought this cap from them on their website. All right, they sent me this cap. So, I mean, this is embroidered, you know, it's a nice one, you gotta pay for it. And then, so they sent me this trucker cap. And then, during the Super Bowl, they had a Pabst street corner party with a barbecue company, and then they gave these caps away, so I took it. Then they gave this huge poster away for the big game, whatever that big game happened to be. They weren't affiliated with the Super Bowl. Hey, they were just talking about big game. Anyway, I had to go on a bit of an excursion to get this beer. I was at Walmart. I bought the Miller High Life 12 packs for $6.49, 12 pack. I was like, let me get Pabst Blue Ribbon for this special. They don't have it. Gee whiz. So I go to the Shell station over here, up the highway. Don't have it. The girl says, I never heard of that. Never heard of it. Or she said, I've never seen that. Never seen Pabst Blue Ribbon. Kind of reminds me of my 39-year-old first cousin. I was telling him about Schlitz beer. He's like, I never heard of Schlitz. Is that, what do you say, is that foreign? I said, Russ, you were born in 1977. You never heard of Schlitz beer? No. I don't think most people under 40 have not. So I went to this kind of dodgy place, or what we might call a ghetto place, discount zone, which I hate to go there. I'm saying to myself, I know it's going to be bad. Yeah, they had it. It was dated July, Best Buy July. I said, let me get out of here, man. I went to Miet's gas station, across this highway from Pabst, from Church's. Of course, they don't have it. I go to Cheap Smokes across the other highway from Church's. They don't have it. So finally I went to Church's, and then I went to Food for Less, which the Budweiser salesman calls food for even, because it's one of those cost plus 10% at the register places, which is a joke. Food for even. And they had it. 1996, they had these squat neck bottles for almost every major brand. They didn't really have long necks at that time too much. And this one had an actual paper ribbon, which has gotten wrinkled over the years. I saved it. It's cool. 20 years old. And then they had this silver label. And then this is either the current one or neocurrent. Maybe from 2007 or something like that. Around 1996 they had Pabst Ice. During the ice beer craze, with that ribbed can, which they still make ribbed cans in some places in the world, 5.7%. I saw this, I had to get it. Bought that in Grand Isle, Louisiana. They also had this Pabst Genuine Draft, which I also bought in Grand Isle, Louisiana, along State Highway 1, Louisiana Highway 1. I said, I got to buy this. Didn't really see it again. No, they no longer exist. Got this at a garage sale, those old 1970s insulated mugs. And then this chalice and two others I bought at flea markets for like $1. Okay, so let's get started. This 6-pack was after tax $5.50. $5.29, excuse me. Put the rest of it, $5.29 after tax. Just got the date, guys. December 12, 2016. We're within the Best Buy date. Here at 11:42. Put the rest back in the fridge. Oh, it's got the artwork. Pabst has been having that program for years where artists can submit artwork, and then if they're lucky, Pabst will put it on their cans, and then the artist can get some free promotion, and Pabst can get some free artwork. And I remember back around 2001 when I would get on their website, and they had a website way back, like in 1997 or something like that. But I remember they had that program all those years, like you can submit your art. And that was part of their guerrilla marketing, which got them so popular on college campuses, not to mention their cheap prices. If you go to Tulane football games, maybe LSU, but Tulane, there's a Pabst Blue Ribbon tent. I think they, in conjunction with one of the fraternities, and they're drinking it, and they'll give you some if you ask. They did that at the Tulane at Texas San Antonio game. University of Texas at San Antonio in 2013. They had Pabst Blue Ribbon and Lone Star and Lone Star Light. And they gave it away. All right. So won a gold medal 2016 Great American Beer Festival for American style lager. And they're very excited about it, and they're also even more excited because Pabst Brewing Company won Big Brewer of the Year 2016. Big Brewer of the Year. So if you get on their website right now, they're touting that medal, those two medals. And they often win in their competition at Great American Beer Festival and World Beer Cup. A beer that's between 4.5% and 5% alcohol. It's pleasant to drink. After all, they've been making it since 1844. They use brewer syrup as a filler. Dextrose, it's a special syrup. You cannot buy it at the store. If you want to read more about that, get on Moosehead Lager's Beer Academy. There's an article about the use of adjuncts. And there's actually on YouTube, I think it's a 17-minute video from 1938, which was produced by the company for their distributors, and part of it was about adjuncts versus all malt beers without adjuncts, and how they were coming out with an all malt beer called Ondecker. So if you think that the use of adjuncts is some sort of conspiracy, you could use primary sources that would show you that that is in fact not the case. Here's the 1980 National Geographic magazine, and there's an article about Milwaukee. And try to get the glare off there, a big focus was the beer industry. And you see the big heavy hitters in 1980, Pabst, Miller, Schlitz. By that time, Miller had already sold out to Philip Morris, who, by the way, sold the company to Anheuser-Busch InBev last week. Schlitz sold out 2 years after this article in 1982 to Stroh's, and then Pabst remains an independent company, although with they've had different buyers over the years. The Pabst family was big, and so there was inheritance issues and all of that, so they just kind of, but it never did get actually bought out per se by a big company. Here's the article about Pabst Brewery, which shut down in the late 1990s, and then a bar in Milwaukee, and there you see the Pabst on the tap, and the hard liquor and Pabst signs, and the kids sitting at the bar with the adults, which is common practice in Louisiana, in New Orleans at least, today. Pabst, the real taste of beer, is an ad from 1982. Interestingly, black and white. They didn't really have a lot of money to pay for the full color ads like other companies. Even Schlitz had full color ad in here. Two ads, the Trans Am 82 and then the Camaro. Yes, 1982 was the resumption of the horsepower wars, when they returned to the HO engines, high output. Camaro, black and white, but so we won't get into all of that, but that is when it started. The Mustang high output, GT, Camaro Z28 high output with that crossfire injection engine, which was sort of like a problem engine because they had technology that it was ahead of what they could actually accomplish at the time. So it's sort of like they had an engine invented before the technology came out. And then it just, today it's extraordinary what you have. Okay. Yeah, you know. Spicy, the Cajun rice, the biscuits, the 5 pieces of chicken for $5.50. So they're gonna have to update the label. Instead of saying we won a blue ribbon in 1893, now they can say we won a blue ribbon in 2016. Kansas City Southern. So for 12 noon dinner, spicy chicken and biscuits and this kind of stuff. It's the ultimate, or one of the ultimate products. It's not going to invest in show, like I said, but it got first place at the for that style. Interestingly, at the in the article, the author goes on a tour of the brewery and speaks to the chief executive officer of Pabst, and he talks about how their beer is distinctive. I'll read that real fast, and then you say this is a long video. I know that. All about the beer industry. I would go and try to find this article and read it. Pabst is a favorite beer in Milwaukee, and Pabst's cheerful brewmaster Joseph Muehl offered to show me why. He led me to one of the fermenting rooms, a cool, dark, damp cellar with long rows of large orange tanks filled with brewer's yeast and barley malt in a barley malt mixture called wort. The yeast devours the sugars in the mixture, producing alcohol and happily transforming the wort into beer. This is the critical stage, said Muehl. Here is where 80 to 90% of the beer's flavor characteristics are developed. We use a special strain of Carlsberg yeast, which gives our beer a slightly winey taste. We also let the yeast set its own pace. It can take anywhere from 7 to 10 days for the yeast to act on most of the sugars in the wort. Technical advances make the equipment obsolete every 10 to 12 years. I'm sure that's still the case. The brewmasters now take their cues from computers and marketing departments. We know that's the case. Just what I was talking about. 1970, Philip Morris bought Miller Brewing, and other outside companies have eyed both Schlitz and Pabst. And they're talking about how people were worried about it. Wisconsin is a great place to live, but I wouldn't want to die there. So they're talking about how some companies were fleeing that state. Okay, so very interesting article. It does have a bit of a wine taste, like they said. Ever so slight, but it is distinctive. Pabst Blue Ribbon is distinctive. All right, so the new Schlitz, yes, good. The 2007 Gusto version, but I don't know. I think they overhopped it. And I really do not think it tasted like that in 1967, okay? Because in that time, people were not into hoppy beers, okay? It was a shot in the dark since they lost the recipe, literally. Imagine how much disarray Schlitz must have been in when they can't even find their recipes. Nice record keeping, huh? Okay, the Church's is good. It was right out the fryer. It's still hot. But I mean, it was like burning hot. So, that's that. Pabst wins a gold medal. I make the video. You watch it or you don't watch it, or you get sick of it and shut it off, whatever. I'll show you my bottle collection. I'll talk for a long time about beer as I drink it while I eat. That's all I got to say to you. Thank you for watching this video production. Y'all come on down to New Orleans. Yeah!